On the 23rd of October 2019, shortly after 1:40 BST, staff of the East of England Ambulance Service responding to a 999 call made by the driver Maurice Robinson, who found 39 bodies in a refrigerated articulated lorry. The lorry was in Eastern Avenue at the Waterglade Industrial Park in Grays, Essex. The ambulance service informed Essex police, who arrived shortly afterwards. Soon after the police arrived, Eastern Avenue was closed and not fully reopened until the 25th of October. The lorry driver was a 25-year-old man from Portadown, County Armagh, Northern Ireland. He was arrested at the scene on suspicion of murder. The ambulance service said that all 39 people were dead before it arrived, and attempts at resuscitation could not be made. The deceased 31 males and 8 females included 10 teenagers. The 2 youngest were 15-year-old boys. They are believed to have been either victims of human trafficking, for example, as forced laborers, migrants who paid smugglers to move them to the United Kingdom, or both. Smugglers often force migrants to work off the cost of the trip in slave-like conditions. There have been a number of incidents in which migrants to Europe died or were injured as a result of dangerous transportation methods. It is often compared to the 2000 Dover incident, which 58 Chinese nationals died in similar circumstances. On the 23rd of November, it was reported that one of the teenagers later found dead had gone missing from an asylum center in the Netherlands. On the 11th of February 2020, Essex police said that postmortems gave a combination of hypoxia and hyperthermia as the provisional causes of death. On the 2nd of November, police clarified they were all Vietnamese. The family of a 26-year-old Vietnamese woman made public her last text message to her parents, which she sent as she was dying. Her family said they paid around £30,000 to smuggle their daughter from Vietnam to the UK. A murder investigation was launched on the morning of the day of the discovery. The investigation was the largest mass fatality victim identification investigation in the history of Essex Police. The National Crime Agency suggested that organized crime might be involved. On the 24th of October, the Evening Standard speculated that the trailer had traveled from the Netherlands before its departure from Belgium. British police had also searched 2 properties in Northern Ireland. Belgian officials said the people were trapped in the trailer for at least 10 hours. On the 25th of October, police arrested a man and a woman from Warrington, Cheshire, on suspicion of manslaughter and conspiracy to traffic people, and another man at Stansted Airport regarding the same offenses. In January 2022, 19 people were convicted. In Belgium, of being part of a people smuggling ring connected to the deaths, including the ringleader Vo Van Hong, who was sentenced to 15 years in prison. All of the others convicted were Vietnamese or Belgians of Vietnamese origin, and were accused of buying supplies for the migrants, transporting them in taxis, or acting as lookouts at safe houses. Reinhard Sinaga was born the 19th of February, 1983. He was a serial rapist who was convicted of 159 sex offenses, including 136 rapes of young men, committed in Manchester, England. Between 2015 and 2017, Reinhard was found guilty of drugging and sexually assaulting men during this period, lots of whom he raped, some repeatedly, although police believe he was offending for years beforehand. Reinhard is believed by police to have raped or assaulted at least 206 men since 2015, which includes the 2 years before his arrival in the UK. In Manchester, he waited for potential victims outside nightclubs, pubs, and similar venues in the early hours. He then offered his victims a stay at his flat, subsequently drugging and raping them. After some of the assaults, Reinhard boasted about his actions on WhatsApp. Growing up in an affluent conservative Catholic family, Reinhard is ethnically from the Batak people. After completing a degree in architecture at the Faculty of Engineering of the University of Indonesia in Depok in 2006, he moved to the UK on a student visa and began to study in August 2007 at the University of Manchester, where he completed an MSc in urban planning in 2009 and an MA in sociology in 2011. Reinhard lived in a flat in central Manchester, which acted as a base for his assaults. He would wait for men leaving nightclubs and bars before leading them to his flat, often offering them somewhere to have a drink or call a taxi, giving them a drugged drink believed to have been spiked with GHB. Reinhard would then assault the victims while they were unconscious and videoed the attack with a mobile phone. He rarely used condoms when penetrating his victims. Despite this, he was found negative for sexually transmitted infections upon his arrest. At the time, his sentence was announced in January 2020. Almost all of Reinhard's victims were known to have been heterosexual young men, with 3 exceptions. He saw turning heterosexual men as a sport. Of one victim in January 2015 who had argued with his girlfriend in the Factory nightclub near Reinhard's home. Reinhard pleaded not guilty to all charges made against him, resulting in his victims having to endure relating evidence in court, as well as the videos being shown to the jurors and others present at the trials. In his defense, he claimed to have been playing sex games with the other man playing dead to fulfill his fantasies. He claimed that the encounters were consensual, a claim found to be false as victims were heard snoring in the videos. Reinhard was prosecuted in 4 trials between 2018 and 2020 and was given concurrent life sentences with a minimum term of 30 years. Raised to 40 years in December 2020 by the Court of Appeal, the Crown Prosecution Service described Reinhard as being the most prolific rapist in British legal history.
Do what is right, not what is easy. Crime might give quick gains, but it always leads to lasting pain. Integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. Every choice you make shapes your future. Choose wisely, not recklessly.
A moment of crime can steal a lifetime of freedom. Respect the law, respect yourself, respect others. This is the path to true success. Violence and crime only destroy. Build your future with honesty and hard work. Be the change this world needs. Stand against crime and stand for justice. Or